Hello. Today we are going to talk about how we can incorporate the ADDIE and UDL models into our instructional design. For those who do not know me, I am Stephanie English, and I am currently studying education technology at Liberty University. I am also a high school English teacher. I have taught ELA for the past 14 years at the secondary level, so I will be looking at how to use instructional design models specifically in our English classes. When we discuss instructional design, we are discussing how we can develop our content, instruction, activities, and assessments to help our students to best learn. There are several models that can be used to aid in designing instruction, but today we are going to discuss how we can use the ADDIE model. The ADDIE model contains 5 linear phases, and those are analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate. By using these steps, we will be able to arrive at effective instruction for our students. Before we break down the different steps of the ADDIE model, I want to first establish why this is an instructional design model worth learning about. First, this model is widely used and well established. It is designed to enhance the instruction and ensure better learning. For our English department, it is an effective model to use due to its logical, easy to follow steps. And additionally, it is data-driven and heavily backed by research, which are elements that can increase our confidence in this system. As noted on this slide, research on the ADDIE model was found in ADDIE, Reeser and Dempsey, Awajan, and Vijaya Kumar et al., and full reference information is included at the end of this slideshow. The first step in the ADDIE model is analysis. In this phase, we want to evaluate the current situation. Who are our students? What are their needs? What do we hope to accomplish? In answering these questions, we also want to examine what has and hasn't worked in the past as we move forward. There is no point in trying something again that we know doesn't work. We need to determine the problem that needs to be addressed and then identify the tools and strategies that will help meet the goal. For us, that will often mean turning to technology to find out what can best be used to help our needs. Next, we move into the second phase of design. At this point, we have determined what we need, and now we need to create the instructional plan that we want to move forward with. To do this, we want to examine the data that we have to make the best decisions for our learner population. We want to think about what our desired outcomes are and how we will measure specific learning goals. We want to have an outline for instruction in this step. Now that we have a design, it is time to develop it in step 3. Here, we will prepare to roll out the new instruction. This is where the ideas are brought to life and practice with the instruction takes place. Any professional development or supports for teachers should be available in this phase so that they can move into the next phase feeling confident with the instruction. Next, after analyzing, designing, and developing the instructional design plan, it is time to implement it. This is where the instruction actually takes place. It should be student-led, with the teacher guiding the process. While this is happening, the teacher will want to identify the mistakes and strengths of the program for ongoing use. And finally, once the instruction has been implemented, it is time to evaluate. At this point, we will gather crucial data and information. Since we established measurable outcomes, this data should be available to us. We will monitor the outcomes of the program and ask ourselves, did we achieve what we set out to do? Did students hit the intended learning targets? And finally, both formative assessments will be used, as well as a summative assessment to show student gains. From this information, revision will be made to enhance future instruction. After breaking down the different levels of the ADDIE model, let's reflect on the purpose of this instructional design. Remember, using the ADDIE model is like following a roadmap. It helps us to effectively plan and in most cases integrate more technology into our classrooms. Incorporating more technology into our instruction will benefit us in many ways, as it allows for more individualized feedback. It appeals to our tech-savvy generation of learners. It provides tools to assist our diverse students, and it gives us data to better plan for our future instruction. In Module 2, we are going to break down the Universal Design for Learning, or UDL. This is a framework that is meant to help us to provide instruction that meets the needs of all learners. It is meant to address all the variances in student learning needs and to reduce and eliminate barriers that could prevent students from learning well. The Universal Design for Learning is based on 3 main principles, which we will delve into further. UDL is a fantastic framework for our school district to utilize because it provides us with a multimodality form of teaching. We have so many students who learn in different ways, so providing traditional one-size-fits-all instruction will not meet everyone's needs. By using this framework, we are able to maximize learning for students with disabilities in our many inclusive classrooms. We are able to help students from a diverse array of cultural backgrounds. We can meet the needs of students' many interests and abilities. Furthermore, we reach students who speak English as a secondary language, as well as all of the students who have different background experiences. UDL helps to make learning accessible to all. The first of the 3 principles of UDL is to provide multiple means of representation. What this means is that information will be understood and grasped by students in different ways. Because of this, teachers should use multiple approaches for presenting material. This will benefit all students. Some examples of representation include providing videos, using both audio and text, and using different types of formatting. The second principle requires teachers to provide multiple means of action and expression. This is based on the premise that students express what they have learned and understood in different ways. Because of this, teachers should provide multiple flexible ways for students to show their learning. These examples could include speaking, recording, writing, performing, drawing, and utilizing assistive technology like text-to-speech, using subtitles, or FM systems. By having multiple options of presenting their knowledge, students are increasingly able to successfully show what they have learned. Finally, the third principle of UDL is to provide multiple means of engagement. As we often see in high school, students are engaged and motivated to learn in different ways. A lot of times, helping a student to succeed in your class means figuring out how to motivate them. To do this, a teacher should consider a learner's background, culture, and language. We should also make extra effort to discover student strengths and interests and apply them to our curriculum. Finally, we want to help facilitate coping skills and strategies, as well as help develop a student's ability to self-assess and reflect. We want students to become lifelong learners, and we encourage that, helping them to engage with the class content. To conclude, we want to consider UDL in our instructional design so that we can optimize learning for all of our students. Giving students choices will help them to learn in the best way possible for them. Additionally, using this instructional design framework will make learning accessible to everyone, instead of only the students who succeed with traditional instruction. We want to consider this as a tool to help us continually utilize differentiation strategies to reach all learners. And next, as promised, these are the references that I noted in the presentation from both modules 1 and 2. You can feel free to pause it if you want to delve into any research further. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.